So there have been things happening in the last few weeks with the NBA set to restart in July, end of the month. We got the schedule out. The NBA is going to try this thing, try to get these 8 games of the regular season done and go right through the postseason. And honest to God, truth, try to get the season out of the way before we expect this second wave of COVID. We ain't even got through the first wave of COVID, but there's an expected second wave of COVID that a lot of people believe will obviously affect America, which will obviously impact sports directly. A lot of people believe football seasons will not make it through in the fall. So we'll see what happens. Baseball as well. We'll see what happens. The NBA is trying to do what they can to get their season done for the future of the sport. There have been things that have happened. Guys have been speaking out, and I've been kind of just trying not to speak as much, speak less, and listen to guys. One guy that rubbed me the wrong way was Kyrie Irving. If you watch my platform, you already know. I'll brief you on why I kind of felt the way about Kyrie Irving, speaking about, obviously, with the injustices going on in our country, with racism in our country, the killing of George Floyd. It led a lot of athletes to think, we got Ahmaud Arbery cases open, George Floyd's cases open, Rashard Brooks just got killed by a police officer. With all these killings of black men or women unarmed by the hands of the police, should we shut this thing down and not do it? Should our time be focused on the movement right now? Will it distract too many people's eyes if we come back and play this product? I told y'all on this platform I had no problem with that. I'm black. I obviously understand racism. I've been profiled before, and I understand it. If that's the direction the NBA wants to move in, I won't be happy as a fan of basketball, but I'll get it, and I'll move on. I'll shut up and ride with my guys. I mean, I cover the league. I make money with the NBA. So if I can't cover the sport, I'll just have to swallow my pride and do something else, right? I have to just focus on my music platform. I didn't like the leader of it, though. I did not like Kyrie Irving leading the movement. And the reason why is Kyrie has shown me time and time again that he does not have leadership capabilities. How are we going to have a leader of something so important? Meaning, if you shut down this NBA to go fight racial injustice in this country, that NBA product probably will never, it'll be years before the NBA bounces back financially, right? I don't believe there'll be a next season if the NBA doesn't finish their season this year. And COVID might not allow that anyway. But I'm just saying, if you shut down due to the racial injustices, that's a big time decision. I want a big boy up there leading that. I want a LeBron, a Kawhi, a Giannis. Some people that I know that cognitively think things through. I'll take a Russell Westbrook. I'll take a Chris Paul. People that I know when you get them in the room, these are smart brothers that think things through, stars of the league, understand it's not about just you, but it's about the future. These young guys that want to be a part of this game and make money for their families. I want a leader in that spot, right? A guy that's had to lead. Kyrie Irving has never shown me he's capable of leading. When he was young, there were questions about his leadership in the locker room at Duke for the few games that he played. He got into the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers were awful with their number 1 pick, Kyrie. It was just when LeBron got back to Cleveland, that's when things changed around. Yeah, without LeBron, Kyrie overall has not been great. Kyrie is not a Hall of Famer if he doesn't have a guy like LeBron James playing with him. And I know that's unfair, but I'd argue Kyrie Irving is not an all-star every year. Not an all-star every year if LeBron never ended his career. Great talent, was an all-star before LeBron got there. I'm just saying I'm not sure if Kyrie will be a perennial all-star right now. He's had some questionable years in his career, and he's an amazing talent. I do not want to take anything away from Kyrie Irving, but when I look at his leadership skills, okay, you won out of Cleveland. You give the Cavaliers a few teams that you want to play for, even though you had just told Cleveland that you would like to play there long term a year before that. Things happen. You demand a trade out of Cleveland. You give them a short list of teams. I think it was like Miami, Phoenix. Other teams on the list, I believe, were New York. The Spurs, I believe, was on Kyrie Irving's short list. You don't get traded to any of those teams. You actually go to a better situation. You get traded for Isaiah Thomas. You get in Boston. You go play a season in Boston. You get hurt at the end of the first season. That Celtics team ends up losing. And it's like, dang, we had a good run to start our season. Our guy went down. In his last year of his deal, next year coming up, we'll try this thing again. You enter the last year of your deal with the Boston Celtics. You go to a pep rally, and you tell that Boston crowd, if y'all will have me, I love to be in here in Boston long term. Okay, the season is an absolute disaster for the Celtics and Kyrie's last one, the year before, last year. Y'all trash. Y'all got tension in the locker room. I'm watching Marcus Morris and Jaylen Brown shove each other on the bench. Kyrie Irving, you're calling out your teammates. You're talking about how you call LeBron James in the middle of the year to tell him you apologize and you get it now, how hard it is to be a leader. And I look at the Celtics this year under the leadership of Kemba Walker. Literally, Jason Tatum is becoming one of the best players in the league right now. He's almost top 15 if he's not already top 15 in the league right now. That's how much he's progressed. Kemba Walker can still be an all-star point guard while allowing Jason Tatum to grow and blossom. Jaylen Brown just got the bag. He's improving again. So guys look like they're back to being in great roles. And I have to admit the facts. They look better without you. Speaking of that Celtics team, they got to the playoffs, got to the Eastern Conference Finals, and you're already injured. You already are done for the year, and you opt to get surgery the same week as your team's playing games 5, 6, and 7. You miss game 7 as your team is at home taking on your former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and LeBron literally destroys them in game 7 and they lose. You weren't even there for your teammates. You couldn't even be there at game 7 for them, Kyrie, because you're getting mouth surgery. Great leadership. The Brooklyn Nets, let's go this year. I watched every dribble of basketball. The first month of the season, Kyrie Irving was absolutely amazing. He was a highlight reel. He was sensational individually. As a team, they were struggling. You get injured. Under Spencer Dinwiddie and Caris LeVert's leadership, that Nets team turns it around without you. They play playoff basketball without you. You come back a couple games in, literally a couple games in, you call out your teammates and tell them a lot of those guys won't be there next year. The Joe Harrises of the world, you diss them. You say a lot of you guys, if your name ain't KD and Caris LeVert, you won't be here next year anyway. Or DeAndre Jordan, you won't be here anyway next year. I'm sorry, who the hell are you? You missed pretty much most of the season. Now, Kyrie Irving, you come out and make claims and you start the movement of something so serious as not playing basketball in the NBA again, and then reportedly you throw out the idea of starting your own league? You're damn right I'm going to question the motives of Kyrie Irving. Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley has a son with the compromised immune system. Let me be clear. I am a man before any of this. I'm a man before a reporter, a journalist, a YouTuber. I'm a man. What I'm not going to do on this platform is question why a man did something for their kids or their family. That's not what I do on my platform. You can go somewhere else for that. I don't play those games around here. I respect what a man got to do for their family. I respect it. So I don't want to make this out like I'm questioning Avery Bradley's decision to shut down the season. It's not what I'm doing here. The thing that throws me off with Avery Bradley is he didn't lead with, I don't want to play basketball because my son has a compromised immune system. He led with, maybe we should shut the season down because of the racial injustices happening in this country. Again, I'm giving Avery Bradley a lot more validity than I'm giving Kyrie Irving because he played this year, most of it. He was on a team that was contending for a championship, playing with one of the 3 best players in the game right now. He's sacrificing a lot. He a chance to win a championship, he's sacrificing a lot. Respect to Avery Bradley, one of the best defenders in his league. I think he's number 1 in forcing guys to miss shots in the league. Number 1. Go look up the numbers, right? He's giving up that he could have easily probably got another big bag if he goes out and shows out in Orlando and is a key to the Lakers winning the championship. He goes and locks up Kawhi Leonard for a couple of games in the conference finals. Teams are going to want him. Maybe the Lakers have to trade him or lose him if the offers get too crazy for Avery Bradley this summer. I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe Avery Bradley can find a way to get another big payday out of this thing. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. He's sacrificing. Sacrificing more than Kyrie. The thing that threw me off with Avery Bradley is he led with the racial injustice movement. I'm not saying his heart wasn't in the right place. But again, now we can kind of bring it back to Kyrie a little bit. Why are you the one trying to lead this movement? You were not going to play anyway. Your son's compromised immune system didn't start 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. You already knew you were going to sit out due to your son's compromised immune system. Why all of a sudden did you lead with the racial injustices movement? You weren't going to play. Again, now we can compare it to Kyrie. We have another guy leading them, trying to lead a movement that's very important to guys' salaries, the future of the league. Just literally, the NBA might not be the same again. It won't be the same again if they sit out. We have another guy leading this movement, and I'm questioning his motives because Avery Bradley was going to sit out anyway. After we found out that the league is going forward, he said, I'm sitting out because my son has a compromised immune system. Your son's immune system, and I'm praying for that young brother, by the way. I was sending a prayer for your son. God be with him. You weren't playing anyway, Avery. That's a little odd. I have to question that in the back of my mind. I don't want to, but that's weird. Another guy trying to lead the movement, just like Kyrie Irving, who's out with season-ending injury, surgery. You weren't playing anyway. I respect a guy like Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza is sitting now because he get his son 1 month of the year. Apparently, he's in a big custody battle with the mother of his child. Again, I don't question men with their families. I don't do that. Trevor Ariza gets his son 1 month of the year. Obviously, the judge in the courtroom, I'm sure they don't care the most about him being an NBA player and about their schedule being adjusted because of the NBA restart. If the judge wouldn't allow him to bump up the month that he gets his child, if Trevor Ariza gets his child in July, which actually coincides with, even if Trevor was on a team that made it to the NBA Finals in June, he obviously aligned to getting his son for the 1 month of the year. In July, the season is over. That's probably the month that he takes the most time off to get his body rested, to spend that time with his kid. Maybe they do some vacation, some travel, enjoy some of the beautiful money that he's made, enjoy his family. I'm guessing he couldn't get out of that July month that he had with his kid. Trevor Ariza is a hooper. The Portland Trail Blazers have a chance out west to make the playoffs. It doesn't matter enough to him to give up that month with his son. We ain't heard Trevor Ariza try to leave the movement. No, he said, I get my son 1 month a year. I'm on a team that's one of the, teams contending for a spot in the playoffs. It's cool. I know I might be risking I'm not going to get paid because he signed late with the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm not going to get paid. I know for a fact that there's a chance teams could look at me funny next year if I'm trying to get a job, right? They might not want to hire me. I'm a veteran. My better years are probably behind me, even though I'm still a good role player. I'm risking that because I get my son 1 month a year. That's more important to me. I respect that. He didn't try to go lead the movement before. He said, I get my son 1 month a year. I'm keeping it. I respect that. But when I see guys try to lead the movement, and in Kyrie's situation, he's shown us in the past that he ain't been the best leader, and he's talking about starting his own some type of basketball league. That tells me you got other ulterior motives, and you wouldn't even been playing in Orlando anyway. I don't want guys like that leading something so serious as what this decision would have been. Avery Bradley, all due respect, he was going to sit out anyway. His son's got a compromised immune system. I don't want him leading that. I respect his decision as a man, but why are you trying to lead that movement? You're trying to influence other guys' decision when you won't be playing anyway. You knew you were sitting out. Or maybe you were thinking about sitting out, and you would have rather the excuse be, I'm doing this for my son, maybe you wanted the excuse to be, I'm sitting out because the whole league is down. Nobody's playing. I don't want to make the announcement that I'm doing it for my son. I won't even play that game with Avery Bradley. But I just want to further my point. It's who's the leader behind the movement. If Lou Williams wants to lead this thing, apparently he's 50-50 on playing or not. I'm fine with that. Fine. Anybody with an ulterior motive or something that's going on, I got to question it a little bit.